students. Today's topic is crystal field theory. Crystal field theory explains about the bonding between the metals and ligand. PPT theory says that the bond between the metal and ligand is purely covalent coordinate bond here, so that intermixing of atomic orbital takes place and overlapping of orbital is there. But crystal field theory says that the bond between the metal and ligand is purely ionic bond here. So this metal will act as an cation here, that is positive here, cation. Okay, metal will act as a cation and ligand will act as anion here, and there will be electrostatic force of attraction between metal and ligand here. Okay, so this is an electrostatic force of attraction between metal and ligand. In metals we have d orbital. In this d orbital electrons are present, and ligand also contains orbital which are having lone pair of electrons. So when this metal and ligand they approaches to each other, what happened here? There will be attraction also and repulsion also. Attraction between the cation, this nucleus positive charge, and ligand's negative electrons here. There will be attraction between them here, but repulsion also is there. Repulsion how means here, this metals d orbital they have electrons here. So these electrons of d orbital and ligand's lone pair of electron, when they come close very each other, then repulsion takes place between them here. Due to that repulsion, this d orbitals, in d orbital degeneracy losses here. See, d subshell contains 5 orbitals. What are those 5 orbitals? dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square. 5 orbitals are there. All the 5 orbitals they have same energy and their shape is also same here, but the orientation is different. All the d orbitals, 5d orbital, they have same energy, so what they are called degenerate orbitals, but their orientation is different. That's why they have different name here. dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square and dz square. If you see the orientation, dxy, dyz and dxz, their orientation are in between the axes. The lobes are present in between the axes, and this dx square minus y square, their lobes, their orbitals, they are present along the axis here. Okay, even dz square also, their orbitals are present along the axis. So in crystal field theory, what they said is this degenerate d orbital, when the ligands approaches to them, this degenerate orbital they loses their degeneracy. Why they will lose their degeneracy here? They will lose their degeneracy. Why? Because see here, when this ligands approaches to each other, in octahedral case I am saying, in octahedral, this ligands how they will come means they will come along the axis here. We can say here this is our octahedral shape here. Okay, here it is octahedral, or minus and this is also minus here. So this is what octahedral. This is z axis, this is y axis, and this is what x axis. Here we have our metal here, and what are these all? Negative charge. These are point charge. Crystal field says that the ligand will act as a point charge. Ligand will act as what here? Point charge, and this metal will act as what here? Cation here. So this ligand in octahedral, they will approach along the axis. All the 6 ligands, they will approach along the axis here, x axis, y axis and z axis here. 3 axes are there. So all the ligand, 6 ligand in the octahedral, they are approaching to the metal along the axes. So what will happen here? Along the axis we have how many orbitals? This metals d orbitals also there. So this metals d orbital, 2 d orbital, that is dx square minus y square and dz square. These 2 orbitals are present along the axis here. Okay, and because these orbitals also contain electron, these electrons they also have these orbitals they also have electron in them, and ligands they also have electron in them. So when they approaches each other, there will be electron repulsion takes place. Due to that repulsion, these two orbitals dx square minus y square and dz square, their energy increases. Their energy is what? Increases. And here dxy, dyz and dxz, these three orbital, because they are present in between the axes, so they will experience less repulsion. Ligands they are coming along the axis here, and the orbitals they are present in between the axis, like this way, in between the axis. So here repulsion will be here, what here? Less here. So due to that less repulsion, their energy is what here? Decreases. So because of this one, this degenerate orbitals, so this d orbital, phi d orbitals, they will lose their degeneracy and they split into two sets. One is T2G set, one is EG set. T2G set means here we have three orbital dxy, dyz and dzx. These three orbital they experience less repulsion, that's why their energy is decreases. So lower energy, their energy is low, so it is called T2G set here. And this dx square minus y square dz square, these two orbital they experience more repulsion, that's why their energy is increases. That set is called EG set. This is called crystal field splitting, means the splitting of degenerate orbital by the ligand into two sets having different energy. It is called crystal field splitting. What is crystal field splitting? The splitting of degenerate orbital by the ligand into two sets having different energies are called crystal field splitting here. Okay. So this is the energy level diagram for the crystal field splitting. Here see the d orbital in free ion, means here before ligands are approaching the d orbitals, their energy is equal here, there is no splitting. And here we have average energy of the d orbital in spherical field. Spherical field means here this is spherical field, means this metal and ligand they are not coming in particular direction. All the ligand they are coming from any direction here. So what if the energy increases also, this d orbital they will not lose their degeneracy, all average energy will be equal here. There is no splitting here in the spherical field here. But in octahedral direction, what will happen? The ligands they will approach towards along the axis in octahedral direction. All the 6 ligands they are approaching along the axis. So along the axis we have two orbitals, that is dx square minus y square and dz square. Due to that here these electrons present in the d orbital and the ligands electrons present in the ligand orbital, both repulsion takes place. Due to that these two orbitals they will have high energy, that is called set EG set, and three orbitals they will have less repulsion and their energy is low here, that is called T2G set here. So this splitting of degenerate orbital by the ligand into two sets having different energy is called crystal field splitting. Okay, clear this one? Now the difference, the next we have here, if you see here, this is called barycenter. Here it is called what? Barycenter here. In this center the energy is 0 here. The energy of all the 5d orbital is what here? 0 here. Now energy is increases, energy is what here? Decreases. How much increases? The energy is increases for each orbital is 3 by 5 delta O. 3 by 5 delta O. Delta is what here? Crystal field splitting it is. Delta is what here? Crystal field splitting. Each orbital's energy, crystal field splitting energy means what? The energy difference between two sets. The energy difference between two sets is called crystal field splitting energy or crystal field stabilization energy it is. Okay, so what I was saying is that energy from here to here, how much it is increases? 3 by 5 delta O here. O is what here? Octahedral here. And down here for each orbital, how much energy is decreases? Minus 2 by 5 here. Okay. So minus 2 by 5 delta O it is. Energy increases. How many orbitals we have here? 2 orbitals. Each orbital 3 by 5. So totally 2 means how much we are getting here? 6 by 5 here. 6 by 5 means how much it is? Okay, 0. So for 1.2 we will get here. Okay, and here how many orbitals we have here? Here we have 3 orbitals. Into 3 if you do it, it is what? 6 by 5 here. And here also we are getting what? 1.2. Minus 1.2 plus 1.2 here. It means what here? It means that how much energy is increases, that much energy is decreases. Means here overall energy will be what here? 0 here. Overall energy what will be here? Here. That energy is neither created nor destroyed. It is law of conservation mass. That law will come here. That means here how much energy the increases, that much energy it is what here? Decreases here. Okay. So the difference, what is crystal field splitting energy? The difference in energy between two sets is called crystal field splitting energy. So this crystal field splitting energy, the formula for finding this crystal field splitting energy is here we have here, how many here we have, how much we got here? This is delta O for this one. Okay, how much we have here? 1, 2, 3. So it is what? 2 by 5 here. Minus 2 by 5, or it is what called minus 0.4. Minus 0.4. So we can write here minus 0.4 T2G and T2G plus here this gap, how much we have here for delta O for this value? It is 3 by 5 plus 3 by 5 here. So plus 3 by 5 we can write, or 0.6, or we can write here what? 0.6. 0.6 and Eg delta O here and T2G delta O here. This is the formula for finding the crystal field stabilization energy here. Okay, minus 0.4 and T2G delta O plus 0.6 and Eg delta O here. By using this formula we can solve the problems here. So this splitting, crystal field splitting, the magnitude of the crystal field splitting, it depends on 4 factors. First is either this splitting will be more or this splitting will be what here? Less here. In that case, how the electrons are going to filled up in these orbitals here. Okay, so that we are going to see here. This splitting will be more or high. It depends on what? It depends on 4 factors. The first is depends on ligands, whether it is a strong ligand or weak ligand. Second is the charge on the metal ion. Next we have here if the charge is same, then number of ligands, it depends on number of ligands also, how many ligands are approaching here. And if charge is same, then number of electrons we have to see, that we will see later. Factors affecting for this one, first we will see if strong and weak ligands are there, then how we are going to fill up the electrons in this. Okay, see here. In these two cases, look at the 2 cases here. Here we have this delta O value, crystal field splitting. In this case, it is high. Look at here, difference here, it is high here. And here if you see the delta O value, it is low here. That means here splitting is here high, and here it is what here? Low here. So this high splitting, it is due to the presence of strong ligand. If strong ligand is approaching towards the metal, then the splitting will be high here. Okay, and here if the weak ligand is there, then the splitting will be here what? Less here. That means delta O will be here, value will be here low here. Now in this case, in strong field ligand and weak field ligand, when we are filling the electrons here in this, okay, 5 orbitals are there, but they have different energies here. In such cases, how we are going to fill the electrons in these orbitals? First, starting 3 electrons, there is no problem. 1, 2, 3. These 3 electrons it get filled in the lower orbital only here. Here also in the weak field ligand also the 3 electrons they will be filled in the lower orbital only here. But the problem is for the 4th electron. The 4th electron it will be enter into which orbital? Either this T2G set or in EG set here. Because here, see here, splitting energy is more here. The splitting, crystal field splitting is more here, that is delta O value is high here. That's why here in such cases the 4th electron it will enter into the T2G set only here. So and the electrons will get paired here. This is called pairing energy. The energy required for pairing of electron is called pairing energy. So in strong field, what if strong ligand is there, then the in this case the pairing energy is less than the splitting energy. Delta O is greater than the pairing energy here. In such cases, the 4th electron will enter into the T2G set here, and so it is called low spin complexes, because here the electron will not jump to the here higher energy, because energy is required more here. Here high spin it is, that's why the electron will not enter into the EG orbital. It will get paired here. It will enter into the this orbital only here. So this type of compounds are called low spin complexes. What is it called? Low spin. Okay. So in low spin, delta O value will be greater than the pairing energy. In such cases, the 4th electron will enter into the T2G only. Now here come to the weak field ligand here. In weak field ligand, delta O value is less than the pairing energy here. Okay, so that's why here pairing energy is more here. So 4th electron it will enter into the EG or EG set here. Now it will not get paired because pairing energy is more here. So that's why 4th electron will enter into EG set here. So this is called high spin complexes. So what is it called? High spin complexes. So the compounds are having weak ligands, they are high spin complexes, and the compounds which are having strong ligands they are low spin complexes. So in strong ligand delta O is greater than pairing energy, and in weak field ligand the delta O is less than the pairing energy here. Okay. So now 4th electrons enters here. Now 5th electron also will enter here. Now in weak field ligand the 5th electron it will enter here up, and 6th electron will enter here, and here now all the 5 orbitals are filled with one electron. So 6th electron will enter into the T2G orbital here. Okay. D2G set here, and 6th electron over. Now 7th electron, the 7th electron here in this case it will enter into up dx square minus y square, and here 7th electron it will enter to this orbital here. Okay, and 8th electron it will enter here, and 8th electron it will enter here. Now 9th and 10th, the 9th and 10th electrons, 9th will enter here, 9th will enter here, and 10th will enter here, and 10th will enter here. So like this filling of electrons takes place. So we can say here D1, 2, 3. This one D1, D2, D3. For strong and weak field ligand, here filling of electron is same here for D1, D2, D3 here. It will be same for weak and strong field ligand here. Both. For both it is same here. But the D4, D5, D6 and D7 and D8. So D4, D5, D6, D7, D8. These electrons are feeling different here for weak field and strong field. It is different here. And 9 and 10. D8, D9 and D10. D9 and D10, it is same only for both here. Okay, so we will make one chart for this filling of electrons, how electrons are filled in strong field and weak field ligand. Okay, so how we can write electronic configuration for this one, for strong field and weak field? That is very important in exam, competitive exam. They will ask write the electronic configuration for D1, D2, D3, D4, D5 like this way. So you should be perfect in this one for writing the electronic configuration according to crystal field theory here. So it is here given, I have made two column here, strong field complexes. In strong field complexes, it will be low spin here, delta O, the splitting will be more here than the pairing energy here. So that's why the fourth electron enters into what? T2G here. And in weak field ligand, high spin it is. In weak field ligand, this is weak field, it is what, high spin, the fourth electron enters into the EG set here. Okay, and because here pairing energy is larger, more than the splitting energy here. Okay, so how we will write it? First it is for D1. For D1, strong field, this is strong field. Okay, here energy gap is more, this is strong field here. And so in this, the first electron enters into what here? This is T2G set and this is what? EG. Here also this is T2G and this is what? EG. So this is for weak field ligand and this one it is for what? Strong field ligand it is. So first electrons enters into what? T2G set here. First. Okay. So first electron it will come here. So electronic configuration what we will write here? T2G 1 here and EG will be what here? 0. Okay, so number of unpaired electron how many here? 1 here. For weak field ligand, the first electron D1 enters into what here? T2G only here. So electronic configuration T2G 1, EG 0 here also. Number of unpaired electron 1. Next D2. For D2 we will write T2G2. Second electron enters into the here T2G only here. Here also in T2G only, second electron. So T2G 2 here, EG will be what here? 0. Number of unpaired electron 2. And here same electronic configuration T2G2 and EG 0 here, number of unpaired electron 2. D3 means here T2G3, third electron also enters here only. So it is T2G3 and EG will be what here? 0. Here number of unpaired electron 3. So here also T2G3, EG will be what here? 0, number of unpaired electron 3 here. For D4, now D4, for strong field. For strong field means the splitting energy will be what here? High here. So the fourth electrons enters into the T2G only. This diagram keep in mind. Fourth electron enters to the T2G only. So electronic configuration for D4 it will be T2G4 EG 0. Okay, T2G4 EG 0. Number of unpaired electron 2 here. So number of unpaired electron 2 write down, and in this case the fourth electron enter into, sorry, this is weak field, no? So here will be pairing, and in this case the fourth electron enters into what here? EG here. So weak field here. So what will come here? T2G3 and EG1 here. T2G3, EG1 here. So here number of unpaired electron how much here? 4 here. Okay. Next we have here D5. For D5 what it is? T2G5 for strong field. This is strong field ligand. So next electrons enters into the T2G only here. So it is T2G5. Number of unpaired electron 1 here. But in this case the next electrons enters into the EG set. So that's why electronic configuration T2G 3 only and EG 2. Number of unpaired electron how many? 5 here. Okay. Next D6 now. So D6 here in the strong field the next electrons enters into the T2G only here. So electronic configuration what it will be? Here EG is what here? 0. T2G 6 EG 0 here. So number of unpaired electron here what? 0 here. But in this case the sixth electrons enters into the T2G now here. The 6 electrons enters into the T2G set here. So the electronic configuration T2G4 here. T2G what here? 4 and Eg2. Number of unpaired electron 4 here. So write down here 4 here. Same now D8 here. D8 next now we have here what? D7. This is D6 over no? Okay, place not there here. So D6 I will write down here. D7. D7 I am writing here for both. For D7 now 7th electrons for strong field ligand it will enter into what here on the Eg orbital here. So the electronic configuration will be what here? T2G6 Eg1 here for strong field. Number of unpaired electron how much? 1 here. And next for weak field ligand the 7th electrons enters into what here? In T2G here. So electronic configuration here for it is what? T2G4. T2G5 here and Eg2. So number of electron how many we have here? 3. So we can say here for this is for D6 only here 4, 5, 6, 7th I have written there. D8 electronic configuration now 8th electron for in this 8th electron enters here. Okay, in T2G set in a strong field. So electronic configuration will be what here? T2G6 Eg2. Eg2 here. Number of unpaired electron how many here? 2 here. And in this case the 8th electron enter into the T2G set here. Into T2G set here. So here electronic configuration will be T2G5 here. T2G6. T2G6 and Eg2. Number of unpaired electron here 2 here and D9 9th electron it will enter here in strong field ligand on Eg set here. So it is T2G6 and Eg3 here. So number of unpaired electron in this case 1 it is. And here the 8th electron enters into 9th electrons enters into what here? Weak field ligand here in Eg set here. So we will get here T2G6 okay and here Eg3 and last D10 here we have T2G6 Eg4 4th electron will enter here and 4th electron enter here. Number of unpaired electrons 0 here and here also T2G6 Eg4 number of electron is what here 0 here. And in D9 case number of electrons how many we have here for weak field 1 here. Okay, so like this you can write the electronic configuration for this one strong field and weak field ligand. So if you can write the electronic configuration of crystal field splitting energy for strong and weak field ligand, you can solve many problems based on this one. You should be perfect in that. It's very easy only. For D1, D2, D3 it is same only. Okay, T2G we have 6 electron and Eg we have 4 electrons total. So starting D1, D2, D3 it will be same for both here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Number of unpaired electron will be what here 1, 2, 3 only. Only difference is here 4, 5, 6, 7 here. The 4th electron to 6th electron. 4th electron to 6th electron here. 4, 5, 6. See 4, 5, 6 they will enter into the T2G only for strong field ligand here. 4 to 6 here it will be same here and here 4, 5 it will come in the Eg set here and then 6th will become in the T2G set here 6, 7, 8 like this way. So if you practice once you will get idea about this one. You write down and you just practice it. Based on this one they can ask questions you can solve easily here. So for tetrahedral also we have seen about octahedral case, crystal field splitting in octahedral. In tetrahedral case it will be reverse of octahedral. In tetrahedral the ligands are approaching in between the axis. In tetrahedral case the ligands they will approach to the metal in between the axis here. So that's why in between the axis we have what, dxy, dxz and dyz here. These orbitals are there. So these orbitals, electrons present in this orbital, they experience more repulsion here. Due to that their energies increases. Okay, and this dx square and y square and dz square, they are along the axis, but the ligands, they are not approaching along the axes. That's why they experience less repulsion, so their energies decreases here. So the energy level diagram for tetrahedral, it will be reverse of octahedral here. So this is E set and it is what, T2 set. Here we will not use G. That case we have used T2G and EG, but in tetrahedral we will use only E here, and it is what here, T2 here. Okay. So this T2 and E, it is we have two sets only, that is opposite to the octahedral case here. Filling of electrons takes place same like octahedral only here, but now the here sets are different, so according to that electronic configuration you have to write it here. Splitting of in tetrahedral, it is less here. This delta T, it is denoted but here delta T here, and O, it is for what, octahedral. This splitting, it is less in tetrahedral. Why? Because this magnitude of splitting, it is depend on the number of ligands here. So number of ligands in tetrahedral we have 4 ligands, and in octahedral we have 6 ligands here. So in octahedral the repulsion will be high, that's why the crystal field splitting is also high here. But in tetrahedral the splitting is less here. Due to that one, in this complex compounds we will have low spin complexes will be less here, high spin complex will be more here. Why? Because this gap is less here, so next electrons it will jump into this high energy only here, because this delta O value, it is less than the pairing energy. So in such cases what we will get here, we will get here high spin complexes. High spin complexes. So tetrahedral, they will give high spin complexes only here, most of the time here, 90% they will give high spin complexes, because delta T value, it is what here, less than the pairing energy here. So high spin complexes will be less, more here, and low spin complexes will be very less. We will get in tetrahedral cases. Okay. So here there is a difference between octahedral and tetrahedral. One relation is there, that we'll see. So this is the relationship between tetrahedral and octahedral here. See, splitting energy of tetrahedral, it is equal to 4/9 of octahedral here. Okay. So this is based on this one also problems they will ask here. So here we can use this formula for crystal field splitting energy here. For this one, what will be here, 2/5 delta T here. Okay. For T2 set it is 2/5 delta T here. It is increases, and minus 3/5 delta T, that is minus 0.6, it is what decreases here. For finding now crystal field stabilization energy or splitting energy, formula will be minus 0.6 Ne plus 0.4 Nt plus P here. Plus P means here for octahedral also plus P will come. Plus P means pairing energy. How many pairings takes place? As we have seen in octahedral, the pairings will takes place here. How many pairs takes place? That will be the pairing energy here. 1P, 2P, 3P, that you have to write it, add it here in the formula here. Okay. So this is the formula for finding the crystal field stabilization energy for tetrahedral, and here this formula is what, the difference, the relation between the octahedral and tetrahedral stabilization energy here. So this is delta T is equal to 4/9 delta O here. Okay. So based on these two formulas and octahedral, that formula, they will ask the questions and electronic configuration of octahedral or tetrahedral. In that they can ask the question. In theory they can ask energy level diagram for the crystal field theory. Mostly they will not ask in theory more question on crystal field theory. Only diagram they will ask here, or definitions they will ask. What is crystal field theory and crystal field stabilization energy, and that one. This is one trick to find out unpaired electron. If is there, we can find out the magnetic moment. So question will they will ask here, how many unpaired electrons are there, or what is the magnetic moment of that complex here. So if you know the unpaired electron, then we can find out the magnetic moment by using this formula. Okay, under root n plus 2 here. N is what here? Number of unpaired electron here. For if number of unpaired electron 1, then magnetic moment will be 1.73. If 2, 2.83, 3, 3.87, 4, 4.90, 5, 5.92. Means here, if you see here, 1 unpaired electron means it is coming 1 point something it is coming here. So keep in mind that only 1 unpaired electron means here, if they give magnetic moment here 1.73, then the unpaired electron will be 1. 2.83, the unpaired electron is 2 here. 3.87 means unpaired electron 3 here. So if they gave magnetic moment here and they ask how many number of unpaired electrons, suppose here 3.87 they gave and ask how many unpaired electron are there, then we can write here the unpaired electron will be 3 here. In point it will be, they will not give in point also different, they will not give. Okay. So this trick keep in mind here, that the magnetic moment if they will give, the unpaired electron will be same here, and we have seen that the maximum number of unpaired electron will be 5, not more than that one. Okay. So please see this point also, factors influencing the magnitude of delta O. So as I said earlier that the factors, the magnitude of the splitting delta value, okay, it does not depend only strong field and weak field ligand, but it also depend on this one first, charge on cation. If the charge is more on cation, then the splitting will be more here. Okay, example see here, iron H2O6 here and iron H2O6, same we have here, same ligand we have here and same metal we have here. Okay, so but here charge is different, here 3 plus we have, here 2 plus we have. So splitting energy is more for this 3 plus here. Why? Because the cation charge is more, the splitting will be more here. Okay, so that's why here it delta O value here, the splitting crystal field splitting value, it depends on the charge on the cation here. If the charge on the cation is more, then the splitting will be more here. Here see we have different, here we have same metal, but here we have different metal here. In different metal also the charge see, here it is plus 2 charge and here we have plus 3 charge here. For vanadium plus 2 charge, chromium plus 3 charge here. So this complex will have more crystal field splitting energy here. So delta O value it is more here in this case here. So first point is that only, charge on cation. If more the charge on the cation, more will be the splitting energy here, this one. Second one is, if same charge are there on the cation, suppose we have here same charge only, plus 2 charge we have here, then how we will find out whose energy is, splitting energy is more here? We have to see the number of d electron there. If number of d electrons are more, then the splitting energy will be less here. Okay, if the charge is same, then check the number of d electron. If d electrons are different, means if d electrons are more, then the splitting energy will be less here, delta O, inversely proportional here. Example see here, cobalt here, hexa aqua here, 2 plus, here also 2 plus here, but cobalt plus 2 charge means here 7 electrons will be there here. Cobalt plus 2 means electrons will be how many? 7 here. And nickel here plus 2 here means here the electrons will be how many here? 8 here. Okay. So that's why here 8 are there, so splitting energy will be here less here, and here 7 are there, electrons are less here, so splitting will be what here? More here. So if they have same charge, number of electron, d electron less means the splitting energy will be more here, and number of d electrons are more, then the splitting energy will be less here. So inversely proportional, number of d electron is inversely proportional to delta O here. And third factor is location of metal in the periodic table here. As we in the we have d block elements. Okay, if we'll go down the group, this stabilization energy or delta O value, it is what increases 3D to 4D to 5D. 3D to 4D it increases 50%, and 4D to 5D it increases again 25% here. So as we go down the group, the principal quantum number n value increases, this delta value is what here increases. So this point n value increases, principal quantum number increases, delta O value is what here increases. So this, and last fourth one is what, strong field and weak field ligand here. If a strong field ligand is there, then the delta value is what here increases, and weak field is there, ligand is there, means the delta value is what here decreases. Splitting will be what here less. So this is factors influencing the magnitude of delta O value here. So see here question, what is the correct electronic configuration of central metal atom in K4Fe based on CFT theory here? NEET 2019 question it is. So complex given here K4Fe. Central metal atom oxidation state find out here, 6 minus 4. 2 will come here, plus 2. Iron atomic number is 26 here, plus 2 means what it will be, Fe plus 2. Argon it is what, 4s2 3d6 it is, okay, and 2 electron losses here, then it is what, 3d6 here. For d6 what will be the electronic configuration? Cyano group, it is a strong ligand. So in the presence of a strong ligand, what will happen here, pairing will takes place here. So the electronic configuration what it is, T2G, and we have what, EG. T2G it will be for all 6 electrons, correct, and then EG will be what here, 0 here. So here T2G6 EG0, this 6 C will be the correct answer here. So this is the correct answer. Now next we have here, crystal field splitting energy for COCl6 is 18,000. The CFSE for COCl6 will be what here, okay. So it is COCl4 it will be. COCl4 it is. 6 not 4 it is. So here octahedral splitting energy they have given here, delta O they have given, and delta T they have asked. We have this formula, delta T is equal to 4 by 9 delta O. Delta O value given here, how much it, 18,000. So 4 by 9 into 18,000 it is, and 9 to the 18, so 2,000 into 4 means 8,000. The correct option is D option here. Okay, so this is also asked in Odisha NEET 2019 question it is. So here the question is, the complex showing a spin only magnetic moment of 2.82 bm is. So they have given here spin only magnetic moment they have given, and ask here what, which complex should give this one, this moment here. So 2.82, which complex will give this magnetic moment here? So this magnetic moment 2.82 means when it will come, when number of unpaired electron 2 will be there here. So its value will come here 2.82 here. That trick I said here you can use like this way here. So nickel carbonyl here. In nickel carbonyl, carbonyl is a strong ligand. Nickel is what here, 28 here. So 28 means 4s2 3d8 here. And here in this case there will be no unpaired electron. We have seen here 4s2 3d8. Here all the electrons they will shift here, and we will get dsp2. So this is not there. Nickel here same here. Nickel, this is also dsp2 hybridization will come here, and here also we will not get unpaired electron. In this case now here nickel Cl4. Now here we can get the 28. Nickel 28 means here 4s2 3d8 it is. Okay, so plus 2 charge will come here on this nickel here. So for plus 2 it is nickel 3d8 it is. 3d8 means here electrons will be how many unpaired electron here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. 2 unpaired electron we will get here. So 2 unpaired electron means here the magnetic moment will come 2.82 here. So the correct option is here what here? See here. Here Cn4 is given. Again pairing will takes place here. These 2 electrons they will get paired, and we will get the hybridization dsp2. So no unpaired electron here. So correct option is this one here. So by using that trick you can solve like this way problems. Still so many problems are based on that theory I have explained you. Problems please you solve it, or one more video I will make it based on this CFT, and we can solve the problem based on this one. Okay, so study well, and thank you so much for watching. Your likes and your comments give me an energy to do again still better teach you. Okay, so please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.